Oh my God. Okay, I gotta wipe the drool off there. I was kind of drooling over that build a
Look
little
at
bit.
it. Look
Looks
at it.
looks so good in person. Welcome everybody. We are at episode 51, and man, look at that build in front of Tyler, man. We are super blessed to be able to give it away to one lucky person that gets in on the charity build. $1 could win you that truck.
That's right. Yeah, that's how it won last year. The person who won the charity build for the ASD crawlers was a single ticket purchaser. So it can be anybody, even you,
Hey,
but not
I,
me or you.
I know, yeah. Let me win. I'm like, you should send it back. Only I look outside, we got 8 inches of snow, so it's definitely Canada this way. Yeah, Corey, it is definitely a one-off. Neil over at Freaky Skins did an
Yes.
amazing job on this body, and man, I can't wait till we give it away in a few short weeks. Man, it's coming up quick.
That's right. About 3 weeks. Yeah, we can do like a quick timeline. Let me turn this thing off here real quick, and we'll get on to it. But yeah, we'll kind of maybe jump ahead a little bit from our agenda. But yeah, so we're talking about and apologize everybody for the kind of like the mix up and changing the schedule around a little bit. So appreciate you being patient. And Zach was nice enough to do a back-to-back week for us so we can kind of resituate ourselves. But our next episode is going to be next Sunday, February 23rd. And on that episode, we're going to have the members, some members from Operation 11 Charlie. And that's really going to be our last push because on March 9th is the giveaway show. So we'll kind of rehash this towards the end of the show, but just kind of wanted to get the schedule since we kind of jumbled it up a little bit. But, next week we'll have our last episode before the giveaway show. So make sure you stay tuned.
Yeah, and we can officially say that we have beaten last year's record, but we need your help. We not only want to beat it, we're giving it away for a great cause, and we're going to have them on board next week. So, man, let's do that final push and see what we can do. Obviously, you guys know where to go. Hit up anywhere on the CowRC webpage, and you can basically get it for $1. Add it to your purchase, and hey, like you said, all it takes is $1 to get into this truck.
100%. We want to get into some news and notes for the CowRC goodies.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Well, go ahead. You've got one in your hand. I've got mine boxed up, heading over to Neil right now.
So obviously we have the new mini blasters, and I have been putting it through its paces, and I gotta tell you, compared to the original, this puppy is amazing. Now, we tried to show it off last week, or sorry, 2 weeks ago when we were on the thing. Exact same functions, same charging, USB-C, which is awesome, but the power. If you could feel power through the screen, this thing is a flexing. I'm telling you, it has like a little bit more than I want to say, what was it? Almost
30% more power.
30%.
Yeah, 30% more power.
And what I don't get is it actually fits in the same profile, but man, it does not disappoint at all. The battery, though, I didn't see an upgrade in the battery, but I don't know if it's just because I haven't beaten on this one.
There is an upgrade. Yeah, so the battery is larger just to hold the extra power, right? So it's, yeah.
Yeah. So the one thing that I wanted to say, though, is that now I'm actually getting a little bit more longevity. So it's definitely going a little bit longer. So it might be a couple more milliamps. I know we mentioned it last time. But
I think it's a 2,500 milliamp battery, and I think the one that's currently out there is a 2,000.
Yeah. So if you do want to get it an original, you're going to have to get in on it now because there's only a couple left. So we're definitely transitioning to the newer style, but it's going to be a few bucks more. So if you want to get in on the original, definitely check out CowRC.com for your chance to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, the original is awesome. I mean, you've seen us play with that. with that original. I mean, nothing wrong with it. It's got tons of power. You know, vacuum application is great. But we're going to discontinue that. So there's a couple dozen left. You know, they're going to be a little bit less expensive than the new version. So the new version is currently on pre-order sale, 10% off. So really, when you compare the two, they're only a few dollars apart from each other with the pre-order sale of the new one. So, you know, just if you're really liking that old one and you want to get another one, or your first one for a little bit less expensive, grab it. Couple dozen left. If you want to try the new one, which is noticeably more powerful, it's 30% more longer, you know, bigger battery for it, just to hold that extra power. Same compact size. You're going to have skins for it as well. Get on board with that pre-order, because you're going to save yourself 10%. It will be, you know, more expensive after the pre-order is up.
Yeah, no, Jeremy, it's awesome for cleaning the snow off, especially when you're up low. And to be able to use this, like, you could actually wear it with gloves. All the buttons are big enough that you wouldn't be impeded if you actually had some snow gloves on. So it's very easy to use, definitely in cold situations. And the blowing power is definitely enough to get into all those nooks and crannies and blow away all the snow and save your kit from rusting and getting all
Well, and the good thing is it comes with the accessories too. There's only one accessory that doesn't come with, and it's the very fine tip nozzle, and that's because it's so powerful that it actually would overheat the motor, trying to push all that air through a small little hole. So, but all the attachments and accessories are there with the new one.
So, Corey, that is a great question. The main reason is because he can't leave anything alone. Let's face it. He likes to tinker with everything.
More power.
More power. He saw some of the options, and he's all like, okay, well, if I put this in with that, and he put in the flux capacitor, and now we're launching Back to the Future. But no, without a doubt, he packed a punch into the newer unit. And let's face it, Heath is always innovating. He's always trying to push the envelope and give a better value to you guys, the customers. So that's why we're slowly transitioning into the V2, but definitely super cool. My next order, yes, for sure. I wasn't going to peel it off of my original one, but
right.
It's looking a little naked right now, Mr. Ghost.
Well, so speaking of innovation, I mean, it's a good segue to go into our next one. So, you know, as far as not leaving, well enough alone, we're working with Holmes Hobbies, right, on the CowFormal. So we've always worked with Holmes Hobbies on the CowFormal, which is our waterproofing product, and we're re-innovating that. So the updated CowFormal is now in stock. And the difference, really, part of it's UV reactive, which I asked today. I said, "What does UV reactive mean?" And essentially, it means it glows in the dark. Now, why does it glow in the dark? I don't know, but it does. So that's one thing. Lower viscosity. So really, what that means is if you've used our original formula, it's definitely thick, right? And it's supposed to be thick because it's keeping all that water out, but it makes it a little bit more cumbersome to apply. So it has the applicator tip to it. And then what I always tell people is go over it twice, because sometimes you get these little pinholes or some fish mouths in it because it's so thick. Well, with a lower viscosity, it's going to be a lot easier to apply. So it's going to get in there a little bit more easier, lay flatter. And it's going to get a lot more coverage on it. So it's got a higher solid content. So it's going to get a lot more coverage. So really, it's going to go longer. You're not going to need to apply it multiple times. And it's going to be a lot easier. So definitely new and improved, in addition to it glows in the dark.
Yeah. You know what? Mine does not. I have the original. But
right.
The original has been dynamite on all my nitro kits. My nitro kits are typically the only ones I'm not really scared to get wet, because I have the CowFormal. But to tell you the truth, I'm going to be building a short course out of our old 8 scale because they just launched the new Evo. So, man, it looks so awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on it. They shipped the other day, so I'm excited about that. But I'm even going to do the ESCs and everything, because I feel that having like an 8 scale short course is just going to be one of those things that will take it over the top. So the new stuff, why glows in the dark. I'm trying to wonder, like when he told us that, I'm like, oh yeah, it glows in the dark, huh?
Well, and I don't know if it's like a thing to make it so it's not susceptible to UV. Is it is it a UV resistance thing? I'm not sure, but
Maybe to check to see if it's fully coated, like
well,
because it will
true,
show up,
right?
right?
That's a good point. Yeah, if you leave it out and you can actually test and and because it's clear, right? So it's kind of hard to really see if it's pure, it is just truly covered or not. So that's probably
Yeah,
a good point.
it's just a cool factor, and why not?
Right.
Yeah,
Why not? Exactly.
yeah.
Why do you need to make something more powerful? Because you can. Why make it glow in the dark? Because you can.
So everybody that tunes in knows we have the discount code COW-10.
Yeah.
Get you 10%. And I know we talk about it all the time. Not really. But in the store right now, I'm just going to pull it up on the screen. This is so super cool. And we got to thank Heath for doing this for everybody. But if you scroll all the way down, you can bulk in and save. There we go. Now we can see it.
Yeah,
So
that's right there. Yeah.
it's super cool that if you buy two of the same item, you save 5%. And let's face it, once we get our base products for CowRC, we kind of know what we're going to be ordering. So this is super cool that he's doing this. So 5% for two. And then if you want to buy three or more, you save 10%. If you're going to be somebody that knows that they want a whole case of Moose Slick, say, or electronics cleaner, you buy 12 or more, you're saving 20%. So thank you, Heath, for offering that on the site, and super easy to get to and check out. But
yeah, I mean, if you're using the products, I mean, for somebody who's been using the products for years and years and years, and you're gonna, say like you love Moose Slick and you're Moose Slick and everything, and you're gonna, you're ordering one at a time, or maybe you already are ordering two or three at a time. I mean, now's your opportunity to save some money. Do that anyway, because it's not like it's expiring, right? It's as long as you're in the RC hobby, it's gonna last you. So you might as well take advantage, save yourself, 5, 10, 20% off by just ordering in bulk and save yourself the hassle. And it looks cool. I mean, you can line them up. It looks cool. It's a good photo background with all your CowRC support.
Heck yeah. So for the Operation 11 Charlie truck giveaway, Jason, all you have to do is go to any place in CowRC. I just went to miscellaneous. You just go to choose your option. You'll see it'll come up here, and you actually have $1 option for one ticket. $20 gets you 5 additional bonus tickets, and $100 gets you 50 free tickets. So definitely one of those cool things. And you know what? Since we brought up the hundo,
yes,
might as well, right? Because this is super cool. All right, let me bring this bad boy up. So he had some cool things made up, and obviously not everybody's going to win the truck, unfortunately. So what we did, anybody that does a $100 donation gets this banner. It's approximately 4 feet is what he was saying. So I think 20
square foot. It's 2 by 2.
There you go. 2 by 2. But man, what a beautiful banner to have. Especially to commemorate this build, and definitely super cool. But you can hit them up on their Facebook or Instagram account, he's saying. But definitely makes for an awesome little thing. So anybody that does a $100 donation, you go into a separate draw, and you have a chance for trying to get these away. But man, what? Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah. See, Dennis knows what's going on.
We are rocking and rolling on this draw, and I know the last push is the best, and having that at the beginning of the video just made my I was drooling over it. I know when I sent it to him what it looked like, and now seeing it all dolled up, it's definitely pretty good.
So so just as a corrected part, five total banners out of the $100 donors. So get your $100 purchases in there, and you'll be one of the lucky 5 that gets that banner. And they're not selling them, so it's not like this is something that is going to come out for sale later. This is an exclusive 5 of 5. That's it.
One and done. Yeah, one and done, man. Once we give this truck away, it is going to be up to the new owner to get us all the content and cool stuff that this truck deserves. And 5 lucky $100 donors will also get this banner to show off and kind of, a little bit of bragging rights too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, it's a badge of honor. I mean, for donating to an awesome cause, whether you win the truck or not. I mean, everybody should feel proud of themselves, for donating to an awesome cause. I mean, I've been around these men and women at events, and the members of Operation 11 Charlie. It's just an awesome opportunity to thank a veteran, and get them focused on something that's really productive, getting into RC that we all love. I mean, there's nothing better than veterans and RC. Maybe you add a puppy in there, that would be the only thing better, but that is truly veterans and RC. It's nothing better than that.
So speaking of cool stuff, before we get into the charity build upgrades, we gotta show them the hashtag to give something away.
Oh yeah, what are we gonna give away? Because we never really talked about that.
Well, how about we'll see if anything comes up throughout the show. But if you want to win a top secret prize, because we don't even know what it is yet, you
could be anything.
Enter in CowTech and hashtag CowTech for your chance to win. And while you're doing it, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. I know we never say that, but
right.
Definitely very cool. Enter for your chance to win. Dude, I broke my chair. Dino, you don't even want it. Trust me. Like, look at that. Like, the whole thing. I'm about to be ejected. It's like ejecto chair. So, we get to go for a nice trip tomorrow. My kid is upgrading his sim rig, so it'll be cool. Thank you, Mr. Ghost. Yeah, definitely cool. And good luck to everybody. Like, obviously, this truck that we've had kicking around for the last little bit, trying to show off, trying to prepare, trying to show you how good the CowRC maintenance products are for not only a new build, but bringing it back to life. Like, remember when I sent this to Tyler? It was in a bag of leaves,
right,
potting soil with dirt and mud and crumbs, and just the worst of everything we can think of in the winter. And
there was an equal ratio. There's an equal ratio of leaves to plastic when you sent this to me.
That just looks amazing, though.
It does. The stance is awesome. I mean, that's what we were going for, right? Is we were going for the street look. So I was going to kind of take you through, some items that we added. And then, so this is our second to last build. So our second to last show until we do the giveaway. So this is going to be kind of like our first look of it in real life. This is it, right? This is as it sits, as it's going to be given away with all the goodies we added to it, re-lubricated, cleaned up. It is ready to rock and roll. So I want to kind of show you some of the stuff we added. I'm going to switch cameras here real quick and kind of get up close and personal to this guy here. So the first thing I'm just going to go with the skins, right, in the body. So the original body is going to come with this, and the original wheels and tires. So all the original parts and pieces are still coming with this truck. But we wanted to spruce it up because, as we've talked about, we can't leave anything alone. So to just get into it, our friend Neil Cahill at Freaky Skins, he is the one that designed this one-off skin for this truck. This is his design. He applied this skin, and there is hardly any piece that is not covered in a skin.
It looks amazing.
Oh, it is. It is truly amazing. I mean, and so Neil Freaky Skins, does skins, right? So this is what they do. They do all of our skins for the CowRC products. They do skins, outside of CowRC. So make sure you hit them up. Neil Cahill at Freaky Skins. Get you what you need. So you're looking awesome, super dialed, right? So yeah, even on the underside of this guy, all painted black, super clean. We're leaving off the armor pieces off of this truck because we weren't sure if the winner is going to want to have this as a showpiece or whatnot. So we left all the armor pieces off it, and we left them onto the standard body. So that's kind of how we're going to present this to the winner. That way, you can transfer over those armor pieces. But if it were mine, this body would only see the shelf for sure.
There's a lot of people saying that too. They're like, honestly, I would never run that truck with the body on. Just
no.
No. When we first saw what it actually looked like in person, oh my word! Like it just he hit a home run. Neil did such a phenomenal job, and he paid homage to all the vets and everything. So for me to see it like the way it turned out was just awesome. The street stance, the street tires, the little green accents that Tyler was able to put onto this thing, and they're all the actual Traxxas parts. So everything that you see on the truck, obviously you're getting, but you're getting the spares as well. So you're basically getting like a truck and a half and extra body, extra wheels. You're getting the 4S batteries from Genace as well. But everything's just coming together so awesome.
Oh yeah, this thing's ready to run. So there's nothing you need for this truck. It's got the batteries, like Adam said, 4S Genace battery. You're gonna have tons of power. The tires, you get the extra tires. So here's the stock tires. You're gonna get those with it as well. That's what Adam sent him. Sent the truck to me wearing. These are going to come with it. I don't know how it's going to fit in the box with it, but one or the other, it's either going to wear these awesome street tires or it's going to be in the box with it. And then all the A-arms. So we switched over. These are Traxxas A-arms. We did the green, honestly, for the CowRC theme. This is the Wide Max. This truck already came with the Wide Max kit. So again, it's just the green Wide Max kit, upper and lower A-arms, front and rear. And you're going to get the originals for them as well. It comes with output shafts, some links as well. They're black, so I didn't bother changing them out. So this is really low wear on the truck, but it's ready to go. It's cleaned up. I'm not driving it because I don't want to re-clean it, and I don't want to break it because it just looks too cool. So
too good.
It's I haven't even plugged it in. I don't want to drive it because I'm scared.
But man, whoever gets this, please, we have to get some run videos, especially if you rip this with a 4-cell on the road. It's gonna be a monster. The mile an hour out of the box is something like 55 miles an hour. So
60. So
60. No way, 60 out of the box.
Well, that's with it. And so that's with the juiced up pinion, right, and spur. So I remember like we were talking about that and talking about buying that as one of the options and upgrades for this truck. And we kind of went away from that just because we wanted to make sure it didn't get melted down by somebody that uses it, not knowing that, hey, this is how fast this thing is. But it can do it.
It's amazing. 4S on a Maxxis is gnarly. I love mine the most durable RC he owns. That is pretty cool. Definitely cool. He's saying that it comes with the small carbon series RC maintenance kit off the site too.
Good.
I'm not sure who he's answering that to though.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, obviously this thing, this truck's coming with a boatload of CowRC products. So, you get this truck as it sits, you get all the spare parts like the tires, arms, like we just talked about, the extra body with the armor on it. Forgot one other thing. Hold
on.
So this is the skins. So you get a spare set of skins. I mean, and if you look at this thing, there's hardly a square inch that's not covered in a skin. And good luck to you when you try to reapply this, because this looks difficult. And we had played around with instead of the banner having the skins available as rewards for the $100 donors. And we said this is too difficult to put on. So we didn't want to do that and make like a really cool commemorative reward difficult. So we said, let's do that. We'll do the banners. That's a great reward. So the person who wins this, if you're going to go after it again, good luck. And I would love to see you do it because Neil said it is difficult and he is a pro.
Yes, actually, yeah, Corey, we were talking about it before the show. Definitely Belleville had their race on Saturday. It looked like you guys had a lot of fun. I had to work and we got 8 inches of snow. So for me to try to get over there definitely would have been a challenge. But I've been following along the series and you guys have been having a blast. And I know that somebody reached out to me from that race and they had a custom painted cow truck. Like it was like a moo painting and it looked really, really cool. So definitely having a blast at the Belleville. It was the fuzz brawl this time, but definitely super cool because he's saying that the CowRC factory team took the podium. And really? I know that you guys had a really good time. I was following along with some of the Facebook posts and pictures, and thank you for doing
good
that.
job.
Yeah, we appreciate all the content we can get, especially when I kind of feel snowed in over here, man. Not gonna lie, 8 inches is just a little bit too much for me. And Brian, I definitely miss racing with you. We'll be heading over to the States shortly because I have to get ready for the old school race, which is coming up quick in March. So definitely gonna have to brush off my off-road racing capabilities. Been sticking to on-road, which is surprising for me because I'm not too much of an on-road person. It's feels the need. It feels like the addiction a little bit, but even today, the only thing that I got to mess around with today was the big X-Max, and I did the same thing. I didn't use the mini blaster, but I did use the big blaster, and I don't know if anybody has heard of Mark Santa Maria, but he just released a new video, and he was showing off how he was trying to mess around with his air compressor and had to get a new hose. And all I kept thinking is we got to send him the new blaster because if he had the blaster, he wouldn't have had to mess around with any of that stuff. So, well,
I think that's where yours is going to go over to Mark so he can make a video about it. So we're kind of moving all of our like mine's going to Neil, so we can get those skins put on and get the photos for the website. And I think yours is going to go over to Mark, and he's going to make a cool video about it, like he always does.
He does make some cool videos.
He does. He does a fantastic job. He's, a true RC enthusiast and definitely a CowRC enthusiast as well.
Thank you, Corey. That is the best advice you can give anybody trying to get on the CowRC.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you remembering that, Corey. Well, yeah. So, speaking of the maintenance part of it, I kind of wanted to go into a little bit. I'm not going to go into super big detail, but want to kind of go into, what did I do to this truck since I received it from Adam? So, kind of want to go through a little bit here and throw out some products. So that way, if you're running into a situation where you need a solution, hopefully this will help you out. So one of the things went through, obviously cleaned it up, right? I used that ultrasonic cleaner like it was on a full-time job. So taking out all the, all the A-arms out and changing them out was a good excuse. I mean, for my personal vehicles, I love upgrading because it's a great excuse to get in there and clean everything. So yeah, I mean, if you want an excuse, if you're not super thorough about cleaning your vehicles after use, maybe think of it as, hey, maybe I'll do an upgrade. And as you're upgrading, take the extra time and get some stuff cleaned up, use our products and clean them up. And so that's exactly how I did it, is I started with the A-arms, right? So taking off the skid plates, taking off the A-arms, and what am I going to expose is the bearings, right? So wanted to make sure I cleaned everything off, got all that dirt, all that soil off, all the leaf debris, got that off in the ultrasonic cleaner, got it dried off, and have to reapply, right? So you got to relubricate. So one of the first things I did is used our Mooslick ultra thin oil with PTFE to relubricate all of those bearings. So even shielded bearings, this will penetrate through those shields. So you don't necessarily need to take off those shields. That's kind of can be a pain in the butt. Sometimes you can wreck them and they don't go back on correctly. And then you've got exposed ball bearings inside there and gets more stuff in it. So this, you don't need to. So what you want to make sure you do is you let it cure for about 24 hours. Is usually what I'll do is just the next day, right? And sometimes what I like to do is I like to take the bearings out, put them in a cup, and spray this into the cup and let the bearings kind of sit in there for a little bit. And then you take them out, let them air dry, and then you're good to go the next day to re-put them in. I mean, you can use the applicator tube for our aerosols too, and you can get into, if you don't want to take out the bearing, say you're in a hurry or you're saying, hey, I didn't use them that much, you can get that tube close into there and apply, the oil to the bearings through that tube as well. So there's lots of different ways you can do it depending on how dirty your vehicle is, how I guess meticulous you want to be with re-lubricating, but lots of different options. Those are just kind of some that I like to use to make the most use of the product. So it's you're not wasting any of it.
If you are doing it inside the vehicle, if you're spraying it from the back, I always hit it with the electronics cleaner first because I feel like it has the highest pressure to get all of the contaminants out. If you are going to use electronics cleaner on your bearing, it is so important to re-lubricate. So make sure you do hit it up with a little bit of that bearing, and you'll have no issues. Because I've had to do it in a rush where you had dirt built up inside, especially running the pillow ball and it's all exposed.
Yeah,
I just hit it with electronics cleaner real quick in between rounds, re-lubricated it. But if you have the opportunity, penetration is key. Letting it sit overnight, you will see the difference in the morning. When you go back to it, it actually turns into more of an oil, like almost like a grease at this point, where it perfectly adheres to the ball bearings and it gives you that protection that you're looking for.
Yeah, and exactly. And it's really taking your time with it. It's making sure you apply it correctly, you let it cure. Curing is that you don't want to apply any of our products and then just let it go out and rip. You're right. You want to let them cure. That's really the name of the game. I'd say the only maybe exception to that would be the udder butter for your gears. You can put that does not need to cure. So that you can put it on there and let her rip immediately after. Another product that I use is the Moose-Lick ultralight grease coating. So obviously getting these knuckles out of the truck, steering knuckles, got to re-lubricate them. I took, basically took all the lubricants out of it by cleaning them up. I changed out parts, wiped it all down, but I got to re-lubricate it. Another item that I use the grease on is the axles. So basically, you got a male and a female end, and you want to have some lubrication because as this suspension is flexing, those axles are going in and out.
PG-13.
Right?
I'm just saying.
What's that?
It's PG-13. You got the male and female lubrication. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube.
So it's you want to get those all lubricated up so that way they're sliding freely, they're not binding, they're not getting dirt inside of them, and it's the best thing for the vehicle, so it's performing the best it can. It's not going to wear as much. So you want to make sure every time you're cleaning these out, you want to make sure you reapply all of your greases, whether it be grease or oil, all the time. So this one, for your exposed parts, this is what you want to use for any type of grease application. And then the last item that I used, which I use on many of my parts, is the Moose-Lick, the final Moose-Lick silicone spray, right? So what this is doing is it's protecting all of your plastic parts. So it's going to be your chassis, your A-arms, apply it to the shocks so that your shock shaft is more lubricated. And what this is doing is protecting your vehicle. So this we recommend, we talked about in episode 7. You apply this before you even use the truck or any vehicle that you have. You can apply it to the body, to chassis, A-arms, bumpers, all that stuff, skid plate. And what that's doing is it's making your life easier for the future. And it's providing I'll call it a slip resistant film on your plastic parts. So that way dirt isn't sticking to it as easy. Snow, as an example. I mean, this stuff works great on snow because you start running your vehicles through snow, it just packs in there. And you start binding, that truck weighs 1,000,000 pounds. And if you start, you lubricate it with a silicone, things are not going to stick to it. Now, I'm not going to say that it's impenetrable where nothing's going to stick to it and it's bulletproof. Not true, but it's going to help you, right? So it's going to help get things so it's not binding up, it's not sticking to it, and it makes it so much easier to clean the next time when you're going and cleaning it. It looks good. It gives a nice shine to it. I'm going to do a little bit of some demonstration here in a minute with the Moose Lick, kind of show you how you can apply it to even, an awesome body like this. We'll show you how you do that. So that way you're protecting this body so it's being used correctly. It looks great and it's going to last longer.
I tried my hardest to get this thing trashed to send to him. And the way that we prepped it, you guys saw, right, especially a couple of the videos where like I was purposely throwing dirt onto the car, and then you throw it down, and as soon as the chassis unsettled, you've seen it kind of melt off, kind of like it was like, obviously it was protected, but man, so hard. And man, some of the bloopers, I'm gonna put up a bloopers video, because we were driving around. It was 20 degrees. So for you guys, that's like minus what, 22 degrees.
20. Yeah, it's gonna be
It's like cold for you guys.
Real cold.
And man, like we literally couldn't find dirt anywhere. We couldn't even dig into our garden to try and get regular dirt. It was,
made my job easier for sure. Made content not so great, but it made my job. Well, you saw all the videos I was making. It's snowing outside. The part and chassis wash was freezing as I'm like applying it. It's this time of year. Up in the north, it just stinks.
Yeah, man. I hope where you guys are at, it's a little bit warmer. But man, I just want to say we got a whole bunch of people on, and I just want to make sure everybody hashtag Scout Tech to get into the free giveaway at the end of the show.
Yeah, you still got like 10 or 12 people haven't signed up there yet. But yeah, and tell us what you want to give away. I saw maybe a couple comments in there. So usually we give away like 2 prizes. So make sure you get your hashtag in there. And if you don't win today, like Adam said, always save yourself 10% using the CowDash code at checkout, store-wide, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Use as many times as you want. It's unlimited. It's just our thank you for watching us and supporting us. And also you can support us by liking and subscribing to the YouTube page, because that helps us. I'm noticing the subscribers, every time I look at it, it keeps going up and up and up, and it just helps spread the word, because what we're trying to do is help everybody in the community. There's a lot of people, a lot of misinformation that auto parts stores carry just as good of stuff as RC. Not true, right? And we've gone through that a million times, and we'll continue beating that drum until it's beaten no more, and everyone else is buying CowRC products. But it's true. It's these products are specially formulated for RCs. We're not dealing with 1-ton pickup truck axles here. We're dealing with little tiny ball bearings and tiny teeth. It needs a finesse type of product, and that's what CowRC is providing. I see you're going into the segue.
Yes, because you were talking about innovative chemicals and all that stuff.
Yes, please.
So obviously, man, I can't get into too much detail. If you can zoom in and read from here, you guys are my hero. But he is not sitting still. He is actually sending a whole bunch of new products for us to test. And I am so looking forward to seeing what I can get into with these 4 bad boys right here. Now, one I know I'm going to love because I run Pillow Ball. So anybody that runs the S-Works, the X-Ray, or the Mugen, you might want to chime in once we get the testing underway. But I believe that this is going to be awesome. I don't really want to say too much because I'm not sure what he is allowing me to say. But we have some new stuff on the horizon. Always exciting to be in behind the scenes with all the CowRC goodness. But with that being said, I think that we should leave it up to you, the winner. So whoever wins the first prize, you get your first pick out of all 3 chemicals Tyler just talked about. And then second prize winner gets to pick out of the remaining 2. So
Perfect.
we'll
like
read
it.
from that. So we got the ultra thin oil for the bearings, we got the ultralight grease for the knuckles, and then we also have the silicone spray Move Slick. Everybody loves the original green Move Slick.
And so the we're just doing segue back and forth here. I love how this is going because so and I don't know if Adam, if you were part of the testing team when we were testing the Mooslick ultralight grease and ultra thin oil or not, but those came in the same white cans that you have there.
Yeah.
I still have mine. They were actually called Utter Butter at that time. They weren't called Mooslick. They were called Utter Butter at that time. But this was 3 years ago, maybe more, back when we were testing those. So I mean, this episode, Adam just showed those. It could be 6 months from now, could be less. If these products are, they test the way that we think they're going to test, and they're successful, because these are products that people have asked for.
Yes.
And we're not just inventing stuff just to invent stuff. These are, and might not apply to everybody. I know some of those things I might not use personally. I know some that Adam will definitely use. There's some that I've found uses for in the past, and it's based on what the users want and what they need, right? So that's why we come up with these new products, and these are proprietary products. These are not. We're not just rebranding these things. We're not just going to AutoZone and saying, "Oh, hey, let me take this. We're going to make a cool CowRC label for it." These are proprietary products. They're bottled just for CowRC. I mean, even the size of the can is important. The way the applicator is made is important.
Yeah,
it's all part of it. Yeah. And not everything tests out correctly the same, at the first time. It needs to go back to the drawing board. So that's what, folks like Ab and I and the rest of the CowRC factory team, that's one of our responsibilities, is to make sure these products test well, so that way they're working well for you guys.
Yeah, and obviously you guys have known Zach is doing our racing side of the show, which melts my heart. He's doing awesome over on his show. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. Definitely he will benefit from some of these chemicals. And if he's not testing, I'd be very surprised. But I'm definitely looking forward to trying to see what some of these chemicals will do for my racing application. And I know there's going to be a huge crossover. That is for sure. Yes, he is eligible to win tonight.
Don't hate.
I vote no. All right, so you're getting ready for some Move Slick. So obviously it's made for the skins. Then we don't. No worries there, right?
No. So we're going to apply this right on the skins, but I am going to be doing this a little bit differently, right? So like I can't remember on one of my videos on the stock body, I kind of fogged it, right, with the Move Slick silicone spray. Well, since this is a little bit more of a delicate project, I'm going to apply it using a microfiber towel. So it's the CowRC microfiber towels, and I'm basically just going to apply Move Slick to the towel, and I'm just going to wipe it on the body. The body's brand new, and all I'm doing is I'm just protecting it. I'm not really, doesn't need shined up. The stickers look as good as they're going to look, but I'm just shining it up. That's all. And the reason I'm not directly putting it on here is, again, it's sticker, right? So I don't want to get any of the chemicals inside, underneath any of the creases, or I should say the seams, no crease, but seams. I don't want any extra product on it. So I'm just basically lightly rubbing it down, just providing a protective film. So that way the person who, if they decide they want to run this outside, it's repelling some dust and dirt. It's simple as that. So nothing crazy, but that is the one difference, is a microfiber towel. Definitely use that for more of your delicate applications. But when you go into a more harder core application, right? So like we go to A-arms, right? So there's no reason that I can't apply directly to the A-arms. And so what that's doing, again, it's protecting them. So it's making them less resistant, or more resistant, to dirt accumulation. So it's putting a nice little sheen on it, makes it look good, and protect it at the same time. So again, not putting on the tires. You don't want to put any of this on the tires because it's going to do exactly what the product's going to do is make these slick. So you don't want to do that. But plastics, perfectly good for any plastic. Do not apply this to plastics. So like kind of like I'll call it a tip here. So if you were going to, because a lot of this area is electronic, right? So what you're going to want to do is just cover it up, right? And so you can spray around it like that. So you're going to cover this up, just make sure you don't have any mistakes. You're going to, got a little spot there. I'm going to do the side skids right here, the body, chassis, the shocks. It's just an easy way to kind of protect everything. That way, no mistakes happen. Everything's looking nice and good. But really, apply to, the Moose silicone spray can be really applied to, say, 75, 80% of a typical RC. Bodies, chassis, bumpers, A-arms, really almost shocks, almost everything except for your electronics is good for this. And then the last part I was going to kind of go through is just tire wash, right? So a couple different ways we can apply this. And this is, tire wash, you're going to say, well, Tyler, these tires are brand new. They haven't even seen asphalt. You said it yourself. Exactly. Right.
Yeah,
but RC maintenance starts before the truck hits the dirt, right? So you're spraying the tires down. And what that's doing is it's giving these tires a nice little, I'll call it a protectant. Again, it's a protectant, right? So we're actually really making these tires a lot more sticky. And so what I'm going to do is I'm taking a block brush and just kind of getting the Moose Slick tire cleaner in to the treads. Let it really kind of get in there nice and evenly. And what it's going to do is just give you a nice protectant. If you keep using this every time you clean your tires, we use the Moo Clean Tire Wash. Every time you clean your tires are going to come out better, stickier. Every time you use them, racers use these, crawlers use this Moo Clean Tire Wash. It's really good for every tire. And the more you use it, you don't want to go back and forth between some other tire cleaner or just any type of cleaner and then this. Just use this exclusively. You can dilute this. It already comes diluted right now, but you can dilute to a 4-to-1 ratio, so you can get this, have this run even more. You can put it in a tire clean box, like Adam showed us. I think, what was that, 2 episodes ago? Oh. So many different applications you can use. Yeah, Adam's using it as a cheat on his race car.
Yeah,
because it's so sticky.
The first one, it's got all the grime on it. The second one, super clean, and then this one, you can tell which one was clean. And these are just the NASCAR ones, but it is definitely noticeably different. The way that it works is second to none. And let's not forget, and I already sold myself out with the hide wipes, but the hide wipes were the secret trick for a while till all chemicals were banned from the track. But definitely, if you're in a bind, the hide wipes will get you by, but the tire wash is definitely clutch. I've been using it basically on all of my off-road program, and it has been amazing. Not only does it help repel the dirt as best as it can, it actually makes cleaning in between rounds a little bit more efficient. So we have an electric little setup. It's not the top of the line Pro one, the orange box. I forget what that one was called, but ours just has the little drill one, so we could do 8-scale tires, 8-scale truggy tires, and the 4x4 short course tires. And it's just a little drill bit attachment, but using the tire wash in that with the brushes, the tires come out brand spanking new. And literally, when you stack them in a stack of 4, you can lift up the top one, and they all stick together. It just reconditions the tire to get it as new as you possibly can and fresh out of the bag. So before we pack up anything at the end of the racing weekend, we just clean them with the tire wash, put them into the original bags, and it just saves them factory fresh for the next round when you're ready to go and hit that track again.
The conditioning, that's perfect word that I was looking for. And so here's another kind of a tip in use. You notice our reservoir brushes, right? So this is our reservoir brush. Actually put the tire wash inside of it, right? So you notice like these, we sell these in pairs. And the reason we sell them in pairs is because when you buy the skins, you can actually buy one that says tire wash and one that says part and chassis wash. So that way you can get you don't get your chemicals confused. And so easy enough, right? You just squirt it like this. I think you can kind of see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then again,
Easy.
you're applying the tire wash to the tires evenly, get it inside the treads, nice and smooth, right? And this is cool. Like, I'm sure you use this as well, like for traveling, right? You might not want to take this whole spray bottle with you. It's a 32-ounce spray bottle. You don't necessarily want to travel with this, but you fill this up, get you a few rounds, and you clean up with the spray. So it's a 2-in-1. I like to use this when I'm like cleaning things in the sink at home, because I don't have to bring up this and a brush. I just bring up this with me, and I don't worry about knocking on the ground. So it's nice and easy application. You just push the bottom up, chemical comes out, you spray it. Bristles are super stiff, so great for dirty tires as well. This is probably too aggressive a brush for what I'm doing right now with clean tires, but it gets the job done. And really the job is getting the tires conditioned, getting them right, so that way they're better than new. And when you keep using them, they just come right back. It's like the day you open them out of the bag.
Yeah, Joseph, I agree, man. The sample bottles are amazing, and
yeah,
we got hooked up big time. My kids stole my my cow stock, and they actually colored it for me, which was really nice. It's now minty green, but the sample size are amazing. So even the sample size will get you through the event, and I just bring this because obviously who wouldn't want to have that in their pits. But yeah, I love the carbon fiber. I love what he did for us, and
yeah,
having the samples is amazing. Now, as for the cow slot, somebody else was talking about it, and yeah, for controllers and stuff like that, this gets into the little nooks and crannies that the dust just seems to settle in. So if you can't get into the tight spots, you throw that on there, let it seep in, and then when you pull it all off, you'll have a brand new, clean looking controller with that. And depending on what your kids put in for perfume wise, it might smell fabulous. Who knows?
Smells good right out of the jar, but yeah, you can add. But honestly, that was something I never really. I still don't have it anymore. I had the test sample of the cow snot, and it was the blue, and I had never thought about using it for a radio, and that is honestly the best CowRC product to use for radio. I mean, the 1,000 buttons that are on those things. I mean, they're expensive. You just get real nervous, right?
Everything, like there's so many little hidden nooks and crannies and hidden switches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to keep it like looking clean and dialed, having this just soak into it, it just
it's amazing how much those things collect. Even if you don't drop it or get anything on it, it's just dust. Like right where you're indoor racing, just dust is over everything. Outside when it's like summer and everything's dry, you get dusty everything. It's a perfect product to clean radios.
Well, no joke, but believe it or not, it's not even when you're racing or when you're out there like working on your stuff. It's in between when you're marshalling. So you have to put your car and your radio down and go to marshal right away. Don't go into the pits. That is when my radio gets trashed, because like I try and put it in a nice spot, but the dust just collects right by the track, and that's definitely one of those spots that it picks it up. Yeah, I tried to steal my. Yeah, I don't even know what color this would be considered now, but my kids definitely changed it to a new breed, and
it's like neon green.
It still works. Yeah, it's like I don't even know what color it is, but it's got.
That is weird. It's more solid color.
Awesome smell now, but it's definitely not stock. Modified.
Well, good. Well, I mean, that's everything I had that I wanted to show for the truck, Adam. So we probably can start wrapping up the show. We're getting close to an hour, so gotta give away a couple cans of different Moose Lick.
So yes, we'll do that. But Mr. Ghost, absolutely. I use it on all of my
Oh, yeah.
receivers, even my electric ones. It's just one of those things that I absolutely do 100% of the time. My brand S Works doesn't have the biggest receiver box, so sometimes we don't even run it depending on what vehicle we are running. So our receivers are exposed. So I always hit it with the Cow Formal, and now I'll be able to see it in the dark. I'm still blown away by the UV protected. I thought UV protected meant something totally different. I did not know
Me
it meant
too.
dark, but definitely going to be one of those things that you could do. And like I said early in the show, I'm going to be trying this on all of my electronics, my ESC, my motor connections, my sensor wire, my receiver, and my servo. So I'm going to try it on all of my electronics. Am I going to drive it into a pool? No, probably not.
Right.
But I would race it in more like for nitro racing because I do my receiver. I'm a little more apt to running in worse conditions. But for my electric, I'm more of a Sally, so I will yes, to ensure full coverage. I was joking about that earlier, but definitely making sure that I have it all protected. Once I do, I feel that like a little sprinkle, a little bit of mud will definitely be okay. But I always do my receivers. I don't know if it's just out of habit or whatnot, but they're so easy to open. Just usually 4 tabs and you can pop them apart. But
Do you ever do your transmitters? I have never heard of that.
No, because if my transmitter comes apart, I'd be really worried. I've never really
True.
had a transmitter come apart, so
Oh.
my kids sat on one back in the day. But transmitters, I'm sure you could, but
I guess you put it to the outside of the case. I don't know if that would hurt its ability to transmit or not, but
yeah, you would think you'd want to expose all the circuit boards and just do the boards itself. The
yeah.
only thing that I'd be worried with, like most of the new controllers have an LED screen of some sort, so I would be more nervous about that in the elements than anything else. Because today when I was out in the snow with the X-Max, it's just a Traxxas controller, and you know how simple Traxxas controllers are. There's nothing going on with that. Like this one's the Losi one, and you can tell the big difference. Like this
Right.
one has a screen, this one has nothing. Like there's a little bit of a difference there. So as for formal coating your receivers, I've even been caught out in the rain running nitro events, and it's been okay, but I've never done it to a controller. That's for sure.
Well, you want to give away some prizes? I think it's that time of the night.
I know. I can't believe an hour's gone by. But yes, we got 40 watts and 39 up. So if you win, remember, you get your choice of 3 prizes. You can win the ultra thin oil, the ultra light grease, or the silicone mousse slick. So good luck, everybody. And here we oh man, all things rad just got in at the last minute. Tom, hey, Tom, congratulations, bud. So you get first pick out of the 3. So, Tom, if you want to comment what you would like out of those 3 mousse licks, you get the just type in oil, grease, or silicone. Oil, grease, or silicone. And congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. Oh, we got some more contenders.
Yeah, trying to jump in. Yeah, we're back up past the viewership, which is awesome. So, Tom, if you're on board, you get first pick. So, oil. There it is. Okay, so oil is out of the mix. So, you got that down for Tom, right?
Got that, Tom.
All right, good luck, everybody. Your choice out of the 2 remainders. So, either the slick or the grease. Chris, congratulations. Actually, he just commented not too long ago, so hopefully he is still on. Chris, you get Dino luck today. Oh, he didn't know how to get in on the win. Hey, just tune in next week. We will be back next Sunday. So tune in next Sunday for your chance to win. And all you have to do is just hashtag. But yeah, Chris, if you are there, you get your choice out of the grease or the silicone. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
thank you guys. Oh yeah, he wants the slick. All right, cool, buddy. Congratulations to everybody. And man, I gotta say, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks everybody for supporting this Operation 11 Charlie build. It's been a blast, and we are super fortunate to be able to give it away to one of you lucky viewers. I hope it's somebody that's on the show when we give it away, because that would blow it out of the ballpark. And man, the amount of stuff you guys are getting and winning is going to be next level. So good luck to everybody on that. And we'll see you in one short week. Next weekend.
Next Sunday.
Yeah, man. All right. Bye for now.
Bye.